Hello, my friend. Welcome back to my channel and happy April. I am so excited that it is April. April means spring is finally upon us. The weather in Minnesota is a little wishy-washy. There might be a 70-degree day and snowflakes in the same forecast. So we're still ebbing and flowing between it could be a high of 75 or it could be a high of 32. We just don't know. But nevertheless, this season makes me feel like I am finally coming alive, which is absolutely amazing. So I thought I would share with you my April goals this month. Let's start with a little bit of a recap of my March goals, if you will, because some of them I accomplished and other ones not so much. What I'm learning and accepting about myself is that I am not a January start person. I am not a winter doer. And I keep telling people in my healthy meetings and in my coaching and everything all the time that I have learned over the years, one of the biggest life lessons I have learned is you cannot change the way you are hardwired. You cannot change it. There are certain things, habits, routines, things of that nature, you can make some changes, but I feel like there are some things that are inherently wired into us that there is no way for us to remove. We cannot remove that wire. And so it is not a useful use of our time to try to do that, but instead to go ahead and learn how to work with the wiring the good Lord gave us. My Enneagram type is a great example. I am a textbook Enneagram 9, and try as I might, I will never be an Enneagram 8. I might have a wing of an Enneagram 8, but I do not have the feistiness of an Enneagram 8 on a daily basis. And I will never be an Enneagram 7. I will never be. No, there are there are all the other Enneagram types that I will never be. I know I am a 9. And so instead of trying to become an Enneagram 5, I can embrace and work with the wiring God gave me. I am also an obliger on the 4 tendencies, and try as I might, I cannot become an upholder, and I have tried. I have tried multiple times in my life to be like, I would love to be an upholder. Let's do the things that an upholder would do. And then I wonder why I fall flat on my face and fail every time I do that, instead of trying to embrace the wiring that I have. I am an obliger. How can an obliger set themselves up for success? The same thing happens for me every year when I start my New Year's goals and I set these big lofty goals, and then I proceed to hibernate for the first 3 months of the year because this body, this disability-ridden body, does not do winter. It doesn't do winter. I would like to spend all of my time cozy, warm. My ability to move solely depends on the temperature of my body and the temperature outside. I sleep more. I'm tired more because there's less sunshine, all of the things. And I can't work with that. Or rather, I can't work against that. I have tried and it just doesn't work. And all I do is feel like I'm dragging my feet and failing constantly. Since the time changed, since daylight savings times, I've slowly been feeling like I've been coming back to life. And that has been wonderful. So from this year forward, we're just going to assume that my new year, new goals, whatever it is I'm trying to hype myself up for, starts in April. Because it's just a better use of my bandwidth to assume that there's a different set of rules for winter than for the rest of the year. I thrive the other 3/4 of the year, but winter is not it for me, and that just needs to be okay. And this year I am accepting that it is okay. So that being said, March was the tail end of winter. We had our biggest snowstorm of the year in March. And yeah, so there's that. I use the Cultivate What Matters power sheets, my friends, for my goal planner. And because of that, I have a nice little tending list organized by monthly action items, things that I either make progress on all month or it's a one and done type scenario. There are weekly routines, items that I would like to do on repeat every single week. And then of course, daily action items or habits, daily habits. How many check marks can I earn by doing this thing every single day in the month? So for March, my monthly action items were get my office organized. I did that. Get my beauty room organized. I did that as well. Date night times 2. I don't know that we did a formal date night. I don't think we did. We didn't do a go out date night. Now, to be clear, we actually did a date night at home double date scenario just last night. And so, okay, I can count that kind of, sort of. It wasn't about us though. It was about the other couple. And we were hanging out. We wanted to watch a movie musical that had launched, the Pro Shot of Merrily We Roll Along by Stephen Sondheim, with starring Daniel Radcliffe, Lindsay Mendez, and Jonathan Groff, is on Amazon Prime. And it was wonderful. It was spectacular. So much talent, but I digress. Technically that was a date night, but it was not a romantic date night. So there's that. Get in the pool, I did not do. Content planning session, I also did not do. Decorate for Easter, I did. And dye my hair, I did. Here's the question. Can you tell? Can you tell? The answer should be no. The gray spot, while still present, is a lot less, but overall it should look like my normal hair. My weekly action items were go to the gym twice a week, which I did. I did the first week and the third week. The second week I went once, and the fourth week I went once. Fasting Wednesdays I did every week. They weren't always all day, because as I was leading up towards my period, I could not. My hormones were like, you actually need to eat just a little bit. So I ate like at 1 p.m. one week and 3 p.m. the following week. So it was almost all day, but I didn't make it all day. Fasting Fridays did not happen, and upload twice a week did not happen, as you guys know. My daily action items were 7 a.m. wake up, skip lunch. Skip lunch, I was kind of wishy-washy on. I'm still working out what that looks like. The point of it was to be more mindful, and that I was, generally speaking, which is great. But I didn't deliberately skip lunch more than 5 or 6 of the days. Drink tea, I did 8 times. Reach my step goal, I did about 70% of the time. Hydrate, I did about 70% of the time. Movement, I did 70% of the time. Tracking, I did 30% of the time. So there's that. All in all, again, not a month of nothing happening, but there could have been so much more progress. So let's go ahead and move forward to the month of April, because this is where it's really going to start to get real for me. And if you missed it, I realized as I was starting this, I don't know if you saw the look of realization come across my face, but I went, oh, it's the second quarter. I need to film a Q2 goals video as well. So that'll be coming, or actually you probably will have already seen that. I don't know which order I'm going to upload these in. So it's either coming or has come already. So go ahead and watch that for a little rundown on what the second quarter is going to look like for me. My monthly action items for the month of April: lose 3 to 5 pounds. We are done messing around. It is thawing out outside. I have to take all of the basic actions and be really hardcore about it. Spring starter, let's go, do the things. I know what to do. I know what to do. I just have to do them. So lose 3 to 5 pounds, post 8 videos, film 12 videos. So I have a back stock. This was ChatGPT's idea, and it's a great idea. It's like, yeah, go ahead and post videos, 8 videos, that's 2 a week, but you're going to film more than that, so you have a backlog. Brilliant, actually. Finish the book Garden City by John Mark Comer, and finish the book I'm So Effing Hungry, because those are the 2 books that I'm in the middle of right now. And I have not been prioritizing reading as I would like to, so I want to get back on that. Maybe put a chair outside and be able to read outside for a little bit. That would be wonderful, weather permitting. We don't really get it is for sure spring weather until May. We still are in that wishy-washy, like I mentioned earlier. The weather still has a tendency to not be quite consistently warm enough where the expectation of I'm going to sit outside and read is a regular thing yet. I'm hoping soon, but we really don't get that until May. We can't say with certainty, oh, it's time for us to regularly every day get outside because it'll be warm enough for my body. There are some diehards here in Minnesota that I see running on the path in 20 and 10 degree weather. And I'm like, you know what, more power to you, but that's not for me. And that's fine. That's fine. I am who I am. But I'm really looking forward to the idea of being able to go out on my patio and sit and read and enjoy a cup of coffee or tea or something like that, and really embrace reading time a little bit more. Because I did not go to the water aerobics class that I had intended to, it's still on my list of things to do, but my first step, my starting step, the step that's like, what is the one hang up that is preventing you from doing the thing you want to do? I need to get a swimsuit that feels appropriate for an aerobics class as opposed too appropriate for hanging out by the pool and sunbathing. The bikini that I have is not exactly water aerobics appropriate. So my goal this month is to obtain the swimsuit I would like to wear to the water aerobics class. And then it's more of a note to myself than anything. It's never miss twice. And that is, I have all of these goals and all of these things, and I want to track and meet all of these metrics. And the reality is I don't make it every day. We actually talked about in the sermon today how streaks and ambition can become a pitfall if we're not careful about it, right? Oh, I got 10,000 steps for a week. Can I make it 2? Can I make it 5? Can I make it a month? 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years. Eventually, the streak is going to have to be broken, right? So holding on to that streak with that ambitious vigor is not actually healthy for you. So the idea of being perfect is obviously a myth. It's a lie. You cannot do it. But the idea of never missing twice allows for the faltering, allows for you to fall short, allows for you to miss the goal, but you can't do it 2 days in a row. So it's a great reminder to kind of have a rule that immediately gets you back on the right track. So that is my outstanding goal for the month. My weekly action items are go to the gym twice a week. I have a schedule that I would like to be following, which makes it a lot easier to get this done. Because if you know what classes you want to go to, you sign up for them, you hold them as if they are appointments, you get your goal in. Easy peasy. Housewife Monday, we're getting into routines. This is the primary focus. I want to get into an established daily and weekly routine that makes me feel invigorated, makes me feel productive, makes me feel like I have control over my time, but I'm doing what I want to be doing with my time instead of letting that time slip away through other means like poking at a game on my phone or sitting quietly because I'm trying to convince myself I'm too tired to do anything. I don't want to do that. I want to use my time well. So part of that is making sure that I have a schedule in place. So 2 of the things that I do, and these are weekly goals, is I do Housewife Monday, which is where the housewife things, the grocery shopping, the food prep, all of those things, and cleaning and stuff as well gets done on Monday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I can focus on other things. And then the other one is Friday's Sabbath prep. My goal is to have Fridays to do the housewife tasks that will prepare the home for the weekend events of Sabbathing, resting, and hosting, which means I want to be able to host successfully and have as little work to do on the weekends as possible. Thus, we need a prep day. So my 2 housewifing days are Mondays and Fridays. And then every week I would like to do a home reorg project because one of the quarterly goals that I mentioned is spring cleaning. We want to spring clean now that we feel like we truly live here, and we have lived here. It kind of feels like I've lived here forever. Like the transition into making this feel like home was not difficult at all. For those that missed it, we moved in October of last year. So we've been here for about 6 months, and it feels good. It feels like home. So now it's just a matter of okay, let's get into the cleaning routines. And I want to do spring cleaning and I want to do organizing of the places that I haven't organized yet. One of the places I want to do is the hall closet right outside that door there. I want to reorganize the left side of my pantry. I've done the right side. I want to do the left side, which is not food, it's stuff instead of food. I've organized all the food. And then probably I do a pass through the kitchen because the cabinets I would like to further establish what I've been using and not using, et cetera, et cetera. And then we'll see what the other project is. I've been slowly I did a couple of projects last month as well in terms of organization, which is really great. So that is on the list as well as a weekly task. And then my daily tasks are just the get back to basics. You need to follow these to meet your primary goals. And that is to track my food, eat 100 grams of protein, move my body, get 8,000 steps a day. 10,000 steps is the bonus goal, but 8,000 steps is a goal that I can more reasonably sustain even on an off day. And drink my water. I can't even talk to you about why I'm not reaching my hydration goals. I'm not actively tracking them, but I know I'm not reaching them. And I've never had this problem before. In the last 3 or 4 months, I don't know why I'm not inspired to hydrate. What is that even about? I don't know. So we're fixing that. We're going to nip that in the bud and focus on the hydration aspect of things. And then for my glow up goal of being put together, I have 20 put together days, and that's in a daily action items because I can check off the 20 days as I do it. Each day it was either a yes or a no. So my goal is to hit 20 of the 30 days. So those are my goals for the month of April. I'm very, very, very excited. The fact that it is the middle of the afternoon, and it's currently 3:30 in the afternoon, and the sun is streaming in my window so much that Gracie is on the floor over by my desk, kind of with her head on the plastic floor pad that I have for my chair to roll on. That's not comfortable, but the things that this little dog will do for sun, but the whole thought that it is sunny. It doesn't look like the sun is going down anytime soon because it's not. And it just feels good. It feels good. And I'm very, very excited that things feel good. I function when the weather functions, and it's finally getting to be my season, which means April and beyond is going to be the incredible season of change for me. And I cannot wait to do it. So with that, I will leave you here. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, go ahead and watch my Q2 2026 goals, where I give you the rundown of the objective for April, May, and June as a whole. If you are not a member of the Diva and the Divine community, we would love to have you. Just go ahead and click that little subscribe button to join our team. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you for watching. Take care, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.